Do I start now?
Yeah, you can start now, Steph.
I was waiting for the cue.
I did a weird wink across the desk, and you're supposed to go, oh, that's my cue to start talking.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to be looking at you, remember?
Yeah, that's right. Don't look at me.
Don't
Just look over there.
All right. Howdy, rockers. Welcome to our podcast series, Movies in Minutes.
Absolutely. This is Australian Films. I'm JR. Thank you, Steph. You had such a wonderful, sincere opening there.
I tried.
I wish all of your openings were sincere. Security.
Oh, no, I just got that. Naughty JR.
I'm glad I didn't. Now, this will be the podcast series where we talk about movies. We have one movie each, and yes, Australian Movies is where it's at.
Right on, and it's your go. You're first up, mate.
Okay, here we go. I'm talking about the immortal 1985 post-apocalyptic action drama, very hard to say, Mad Max 3 Beyond Thunderdome.
Oh, Tina Turner, yes.
Absolutely, and Mel Gibson. He played Max in the three of them.
Yeah, sorry.
This is the conclusion of the original trilogy, which came out in the 80s, not the remake in 2015. Same people, though.
Yeah.
Not same actors, but same writer, director, producer.
Okay, yes.
George Miller. If you don't know George Miller, you'll know of Happy Feet, Babe, Pig in the City, and all that sort of stuff.
Mate, it goes on and on with you.
Yeah, he does. Great Aussie legend. Okay, it's 1985. It's after the nuclear war. Max, who's the star of the three movies, is running around the wastelands of outback Australia and comes across a small town called Bartertown. Now, for history's sake, it's actually Cooper Pedy. Right?
Oh, really? I want to go there.
It's Bartertown. Now, that's where post-war survivors trade and barter goods to survive and live and carry on. Now, Max gets there and finds that it's run on a methane plant. Oh. They've got pigs.
Pigs, is it? I was thinking, when you said methane, I thought cows, they're blown for
pigs equal methane, right? And that's underneath the city. Anyway, the city's run by Auntie Entity, which is the immortal Tina Turner.
Sorry, when you say methane,
it's
run
gas.
by pigs, they're farting.
Yeah, they are. Basically, that's how it works, Steph. Thank you for that graphic. Security, we've lost her.
Oh, no, gone.
Anyway, back to the plot of the movie.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Bartertown runs on methane-powered gas, of course, and Auntie Entity, which is Tina Turner's running the whole show.
Right.
A fight ensures. Now, what the Thunderdome part of the movie is a fighting cage, and it's how they work out the law.
Oh.
So, 2 men enter, 1 man leaves.
Right.
So, Max gets in there with the guy who's underneath the city running the methane plant, and it's a fight to the death, which technically doesn't really happen, and Max gets evicted, and they ostracise him from the Bartertown into the wastelands again.
Oh, Cooper Pedy.
Yeah, near that place,
Yeah.
Anyway, what happens is a young teenage girl finds him in a sand pit, and he's half dehydrated and malnourished and looking very hairy. Poor thing.
Oh,
Poor
no,
Mel.
I like the hairy.
Yeah, well, not so much of the hairy, but he just looked a bit like, how you going, second hand.
And Dan?
And what happens is the girl takes him back to an oasis, and now what it is a whole bunch of children and teenagers that survived an original 747 plane crash, and they're surviving in an oasis waiting for the captain of the plane, Captain Walker, to come back and rescue them and take them to civilization.
Oh.
Now, she mistakes Max for Captain Walker. What happens in the plot of this movie is the children end up going back to Bartertown. Crap goes wrong, is all I can say, right?
Oh, so that's why we don't need another hero. So the kids look at Mad Max as a hero.
As the hero,
yeah.
They've just mistaken him for the hero.
The only thing I really remember of that movie is Tina Turner, because I love Tina Turner.
And what she was almost wearing.
Well, yeah, she looked bloody good.
Looked amazing.
But I can't really remember the storyline.
That's pretty much what happens.
I know it's going to be good because it's Mad Max.
Mad Max. It was a good end of the trilogy.
And what about the pigs? Did they live happily ever after?
No pigs were harmed in the making of this movie. Now, it cost $10 million to make and ended up making $36 million, not the most profitable out of the Mad Max.
Oh.
The second one, Road Warrior, made $1 gazillion, as did the first one.
Yeah.
But it capped off the trilogy nicely, and you can buy them as a box set, which I bought. Fantastic. Who doesn't want to see Tina Turner in a chainmail dress?
Woohoo!
Okay, I've given this 4.5 out of 5 starfish, Steph.
Oh, nice.
That's my Aussie pick. What have you got?
I have got the 1994 cult movie. Well, I don't know if you call it cult. Anyway, Muriel's Wedding.
Oh, you're terrible, Muriel.
I know, right? That is
Love
so cool. Now, it's directed by PJ Hogan, who's done The Dressmaker and Peter Pan as well.
And also that immortal Julia Roberts comeback, My Best Friend's Wedding.
Did he?
Yeah, that was his first Hollywood movie.
Oh, I missed that on Google.
I missed that on Google.
Oh, far out.
Security. Help.
Do you want to know who's in it?
Yeah, tell me who's in it. What's it about? Who's in it?
Okay, in a nutshell, it's about Muriel. She's in this like small country town called Porpoise Spit. She's the daughter of this politician who's a corrupt mongrel, and they've got lots of kids, and he calls them all losers and no hopers, and even he treats his wife badly, and he's just trying to make himself look good all the time. Anyway, she's growing up. She doesn't have much aspiration in life. Well, actually, her only aspiration in life is to get married.
Yeah, and get out of Porpoise Spit.
And get out of Porpoise Spit.
Yeah.
The way she copes is by listening to ABBA songs. So ABBA songs throughout the movie. Beautiful.
You know when you get that bit of sick in the back of your
I was waiting for that. Come on.
Crap. So she's living a fantasy life.
Living a fantasy life with
based
ABBA
on
songs,
ABBA music. Oh
based
my
on ABBA
God.
music, and she wants to get married. But she's on the outside of this group of friends, I suppose you call them. They're the ones who are like the in crowd, and they treat her like crap. Frenemies, or mean girls, you know. They always put her down.
Yes.
And then one day, Muriel meets this girl called Rhonda. Did you know they were in school together?
They did go to school together.
They all went to school together, this
Then
group.
they had a holiday and met up.
Yes, and Rhonda used to get bullied by one of the mean girls, so now Rhonda's grown up to be this real sassy kind of, she grew some balls where she grew up. And
Absolutely.
And now Rhonda and Muriel are now besties. They moved to Sydney. Rhonda shows her the party life. And then she answers an ad in the local paper for a marriage. Someone wants to get married, has to be Australian. So she meets this guy. He's an Olympic swimming champion for South Africa.
That's right. He wants a green card. So he wants to stay in Australia.
He wants to stay in Australia, but has to marry an Australian woman. And he doesn't like her because even though she's a grown-up, she's still like very immature.
She's like a 10-year-old.
Yeah, something that she's
Absolutely.
so funny what she comes out with. Anyway, they get married. So she does get her white wedding, but he's not into her. And then there's problems with the family back home, and the mother dies, and so she goes back home, and the father's treating them all like crap still, and she tells her father off, and then she ends up moving back to Sydney. She grows up.
I thought this was a comedy.
I know, it's actually not.
It's a bit dark in places, isn't it?
It's dark.
Okay, who's in this, and tell me all the goss about it.
Toni Collette, Rachel Griffiths, Bill Hunter, Sophie Lee, Daniel Lapine.
That's right, he plays the swimmer.
And I remember you telling me before that this was like the breakout movie for Toni Collette and Rachel Griffiths.
It was, and the director PJ Hogan. Yes, it absolutely was. It set them up into Hollywood stratosphere.
Bloody oath.
Now, I know this made $1 gazillion at the box office, but it's regarded as one of our most favourite Aussie movies ever.
I know, and what about the one-liner? Go.
Oh, you're terrible, Muriel.
I know, every time she did something bad, her sister would go, you're terrible, Muriel.
Okay, how many starfish out of 5 Stephanie B for that one?
I will give it a 4.
Oh, you really liked this one.
I did like it.
And why did you pick it?
I picked it because it's funny, and I like Toni Collette and You're Terrible, Muriel, and the fact that she is this daggy girl who grows up, learns to live life and become her own person.
Absolutely. There you go. Aussie classics.
Woohoo!
So we had Beyond Thunderdome, Australian movie, Mad Max 3, and Muriel's Wedding.
Yes.
That sounds like, to me, Step, a wrap-up, because that was movies in minutes. Now, if you want to contact us here, you've got to do something with a computer or a phone. You've got to do what?
Oh, well, you've got to email us, info@jriiFM.com.
Oh, I just like the way you said that. You're just doing that now. Oh, info@jriiFM.com.
Thank you.
Well done for that. Any shout-outs this week, Steph? Because I've got some first.
Yes, go.
Oscar and Ebony.
Woohoo, hi.
No, there's more. Wait.
Okay, yes.
I'm ready to give your cast 1,000.
I am. I've got...
J-Boy and Sam, and also want to say hello to one of my sisters, the one that I like. Hello there.
I don't even name them. You are funny.
I don't want to cause an in-house fight with a bunch of women. Now, your turn. Who are you saying hello to?
Shout out to Sandy.
Yes.
And my sister Emanuela and my brother Steve.
Fantastic. It's been movies in minutes. I've been Stephanie B, and that has been JR3.
It sure has, baby.
See how I threw my voice then?
Yes, you did. You can pass for a woman too.
Oh, security. Thank you. Bye for now. The Movies in Minutes radio podcast was proudly brought to you by Survivor, Vatican City, the religious reality show. 12 days, 12 contestants, 12 challenges, and only one winner. Outwit, outlast, outpray. Survivor, Vatican City, the ultimate religious battle.